always takes a minute to get situated. So let's give it the minute. I'll get you guys in here for now. It's Saturday. Uh, we are outside. So we're going to be doing 2 lives today. So anyway, hi cultivators. How are you guys doing today? Hope everyone is fine. Let me pull up our, make sure everything's working fine on the live. So I was log in to make sure everything is doing what it needs to do. Okay, so let's find this here. Let's turn our sound off. You know, all of the birds are having themselves a good day today. Enjoying their Saturday. Okay, so we are going to be, I keep looking down. We're going to be looking down for the next few minutes as I kind of get situated here. Today we're checking in on our outside garden, some of the things we brought outside, some of the things we need updating, and then in a little while we're going to be switching over. I have another live where we're going to do our indoor hydroponic garden. And the hydroponic garden, we're going to be checking in on and seeing how it's doing as well. So let's get started in a few minutes. Let's give people some time to get in. Welcome to my garden. Let me start off because before it takes its time. Anyways, so hi cultivators. I'm Angeline. Welcome to my channel. We're going to be gardening here on Angeline Verdant. Today we're going to be working outside with our vertical planters, checking in on our potatoes, and we might have to round up our potatoes, and we're going to be adding some trellis for our tomatoes to grow. You have a bird stuck inside. It keeps distracting me. Let me show you this bird it's inside of our sunroom here. It's early morning. I like to come in early where we don't have too much water. Too much sun. It's not too hot. It's nice and cool before it gets too hot and we have to start getting some other things done. So let's just do our walkthrough check-in, and then we are going to put up the trellis using some twine. I have a blog post on it on how you can do this, but before we do that, let's check in on our plans from last week. We did a quick check-in in the middle of the week, midweek. We had a little bit of an issue when we checked in. Yesterday, I decided to give the plants a little spritzer. I had the mister on. I put the mist on with the hose. This hose right here. The hose runs through the lawn, and the 90-degree weather was hot and kind of scorched the plants a little. So when I spritzed it, I didn't notice that I didn't know it was hot the whole time I was spritzing until I put it to the top here to fill this up, and steam started coming out because then at that point I had full water blasting to get the water into the top of our green stalk. And when that happened, it came out very hot. All right, so this plant is growing into this one. So, you always want to do a little quick check-in. Make sure no one is holding on to anyone. They have all this space to grow. You don't want this bean here getting tangled up with our tomato plant. We're going to give it some room. Let it live its life and not hold on to the tomato plants. So yeah, so they got some hot water spritzing. It doesn't look like anyone was permanently hurt by it. The cool night, it rained later on that night, so the cool night helped them. So I just come and make sure they're not, overgrowing each other. Keep everybody nice and separated, letting them get their air. So there's not too much tangles or anything. We have to move them. These are our cabbage. They're growing pretty good. Right, so everyone on our tan green stalk is doing good. And then we have our plants that we put in, our broccoli. So our broccoli acclimated to the soil here. We have our rosemary plant doing good. These lettuce are doing very well. This broccoli also acclimated well. We have our potatoes that are growing here. They look like their time is coming soon. We have some of our seedlings that we planted that are definitely sprouting here. We got our romaine lettuce. None of our peppers sprouted, but we got romaine in. We have our leeks, and then we have our other plant that we planted. And we're gonna have to look at the last video to see what they are. All right, so we have our tomato. This is the one we're gonna be setting up trellis made out of twine so that it can grow on. We're gonna do that in a second. And our basil is coming out pretty good. Every once in a while, I tend to turn the cup just so that they get different sunlight, but they're doing all right. I'll probably give them a spritz today. Last night it rained as well. So we have a lot of our potato plants growing in, and we're gonna get some extra soil in there today. I took the lid off of this one. There was a slug in there. And here our potatoes are also, they're not standing up so straight anymore. So that means it's time. The time is coming for us to check and see how our potatoes are doing. We have our zucchini doing pretty well. Nobody seems to be tangling up with each other here. Cucumbers are doing good. All right, so we checked in on our outside. Really checked in our outside plant. So today what we're going to be doing is putting up, so let me get this here. We're going to be putting up something for it to run on. So I'm going to have it run from that pole up there and then come back down and then go back up. I can have it run across the top. However, I'm a little nervous that it'll be hard for me to reach the tomatoes and I have to stand on a chair every single time. So let's get the chair out. What we're going to be doing today, right now. And I'm going to sideways. And I'm going to go put up, I have my twine made out of natural material. So it's good to use natural material, but make sure it's also something that's very, very strong. So this is the twine we're going to be using. I just have some regular nails, a regular hammer, and a scissor. So let's go up and get it added in. First thing we're going to do is, let me make sure that we're all in the frame. I feel like the light is a little dark. Yeah, let's go this way. There's a little bit too much backlighting there. Okay, there we go. So we are going to put our twine in, and we're going to attach it to our tomato plant. We're going to run it up there and then let it come back down, anchor it at the bottom, and then if we need more, we'll anchor it to this corner pole here. So let's see if we get more. Try to zoom out if we can. All right, well, this is as far as we can go for now. All right, so let's place our nail. I'm going to place our nail up here because the tomato plant itself is currently spacing out. So let's get in our chair here. Don't worry, I'm wearing shorts, everyone. And so our plant is climbing this way. I'm going to put it right here. I do like to use a nice nail. This is not mine. Not my forte. We're trying here. All right, it's in. We got our yarn here that we're going to connect. The good thing about the nails, it has the ridges, and then you can use it to get the twine around and get a tighter grip. Let me unroll some of it here. I don't think I need the scissors right now. Move this. Take it over. We're going to tie it on. Oops. Living life dangerously here. We're gonna tie it on to our our current plan, like we did on the one outside. I mean, that smells really, really good. Then we're gonna have it come here, twist it around a couple times. I wanted to have a little give because I wanted to hang a little. So, all right, there we go. So it can still hang a little. I don't want it too close to the top. Now I'm gonna wrap it around a few times, and then we'll let it come back down. Okay. Make sure no falling. Whoa, whoa. Okay. So we have our tomato plant. I did have it grow a little loosely. Then we're gonna have our tomato hold on. So I do a light wrap around on the leaf here to let it grow. And then we're gonna put another one low down. All right, I made it. Yay, back on solid ground. Don't have to worry about no injuries. This is, I don't know if you saw the joke of people at different ages climbing and getting up and down off of things. I'm at that age where this could be dangerous. All right, so then we're going to attach it. I'm going to have it grow down this way. Something about me is telling me just attach it to this, and that's what I'm going to do. So let me get the scissor. Oh, no, I can't attach it because it's going to turn. All right, so let me just get the scissor and get our nail so that we can hammer it in. Let me adjust you guys to here. So the lower part, this is where I'm putting it here at the bottom. Let's see how I'm gonna get in between you guys. This is, they always say be very careful when moving your green stock. It's definitely not something you can move with one hand. Mine's on wheels. So you definitely want to be very, very gentle when moving it. All right, so this doesn't have anything hanging out. Again, I like to use these nails with ridges, so the ridges grip onto the twine. And that's going to be our trellis. That's going to be where our trellis is. It's going to have it climb down this way. Again, I like to wrap it around. Oh, not too tight. Just wrap it down this way. Cut it off. Tie my knot. Here we go. So there are 2 knots. This is our twine for our tomato. Okay, so we got our tomatoes set up on this twine there for it to grow, hang. Again, I made sure I gave it a little bit of give. So as the tomatoes grow on it and it gets a little heavier, I still want it to grow a little lower so I can still reach. I might, of course, need assistance with getting it when it gets to the top. But I just love the way that it grows up. And don't forget to stay tuned so we can get some updates. Also, if you follow me on Instagram, my name is the same on Instagram. I keep updated photos. So we have updated photos on Instagram. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna push this back Before we do that, this is one of our indoor hydroponic plants that we brought outside. So this plant was brought outside 2 days ago when doing a tank refresh. Let me tell you, inside it had like these dots on it, and it came outside. We got some peppers growing. It's doing very well. It's very green. It seems to be thriving way better than it did inside. So again, this type of pepper plant, I mean, the rest of them are doing good inside, but I was like, this one looked like it needed a change of scenery. It didn't suffer any shock or anything. It's been out here now for quite a few days, and it has did a smooth transition from our hydroponic system right to outside. So if anyone ever wonders, sometimes with the one inside in the summer, so in the winter, of course, I always leave them inside. When it's summertime, you can have your plants started in your hydroponic system, and they can transfer out, and they do tend to do very well. Quite a few of these plants started in hydroponics, so the thyme started in our hydroponic system. The lettuce all started in the hydroponic system. The basil all started in our hydroponic system. So it's okay. These little seedlings, they were thinned out of our hydroponic system. So it's okay to transition plants from our hydroponic area to our to a soil. And they work very good, especially in the springtime. All right, so now we're gonna go on our potatoes. I'm sure they need to be soiled up, at least one of them. This one looks like, it's starting to faint, so yay, it's almost time. Look, little flowers. Also, the potatoes are living their life cycle. So pretty soon we're gonna have a harvest. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, but especially subscribe so you get the notification of when they start to harvest and when we can do our harvesting of our potatoes. So these, we just had them grow straight, but these we put in here. They definitely need to soil up. It has been raining. Aw, it's been raining a lot. So here we go. So we are going to be soiling up this tomato plant. And we're also going to work on, there's two other things I want to do differently. I'm going to see if I clear out this area. Probably in the next few weeks. This is definitely something I'll do on my Patreon, is a video of us clearing up this area and clearing up the other one as well. Just how to keep the area nice and clear. I'm gonna, because I have a few more bags to put and a few more of those other planters to put here. So I'm gonna clear it up and put some gravel in this area, get it a little neater. But that's in a future video. But yeah, catch the season. So that's time to mound up these potatoes. So the act of mounding up our potatoes, we're gonna see which ones work, which ones get the better harvest. But it's not a necessary step, but it's a step that is supposed to increase harvest with them growing and giving them more space for the potatoes to grow. So you just kind of plant them, you fill it up with soil, and then you fill it up to just where the leaves are, have the leaves barely poking out. And as they grow, you add more. It's been raining, so they've been getting rain rain changes, and that's what's been going on with the potatoes. Whatever the rain gives them, that's what they get. I think on 2 days we came out and watered them, but for the most part they've been living off of the rain. Here is our garden from the outside, our vertical gardener from the outside. Tomato plants. So they had some soil. I'm so excited about this one and the flowers that's gonna bring. Okay, so let's take a walk over to our other side. So head over to this side. Wow, this is flowering a lot. The string came off the string. So when you add the strings on, you have to also remember to every once in a while come out and make sure it's growing on its trellis. So this one, let's turn it around. It came off the trellis. So let's get it on the trellis path. It grew very, very big. So this is our trellis path right here. There we go. So that's it. You just put it back on for it to keep climbing and keep growing. This one is I have it just growing straight. There is a section for it to grow up here. If it wants to climb here, it can climb in this direction. We got lots of different climbing areas. All right, we got. I know this one. These leaves at the bottom got a little damage during transplant. It's a little yellow. We're gonna get rid of those. Everything's doing pretty good. Again, it's been raining a lot. It's been raining like crazy. And as you can see, we got little tomatoes growing here. So we're going to be doing harvests not just inside in our garden, but outside as well. In our indoor hydro, I'm going to call it because garden is so confusing. So in our indoor hydroponics, but outside as well. So we'll just continue to let this one grow. It's doing okay. The leaves are doing, they're decent. They're healthy. They could be greener, but I do know that it rained literally every single day. And this is outside. This is our nature area. So let's check on our other plants and see how it's doing, how they're doing as well. So let's walk across to this section. All right, so we have our pomegranate shrub, Palm Wonderful, may be getting a little too much rain. We got to figure out something to make sure it gets a little less rain. It's getting a lot of rain. And then we have our larger beef tomato growing. I see a tomato on it with support, so it's doing good here. Our hardy pomegranate is doing well. Our grapes are doing well. Our apple, Granny Smith, still has some type of, well, it's fighting. It's fighting the good fight against pests and whatever's going on in the environment, but it's definitely winning that fight. So we're happy to see that. You do see, there's a little bit of browning on the leaves, but the new leaves are coming in good and they are, for the most part, healthy. Our other great plants are doing well, and our Honeycrisp apple plant is flourishing. It's green. It needs the award for the best comeback ever. As you can see, in shipping, the thing broke off. Let me take this off because it definitely has made it through its whole ordeal, because an ordeal it was. So it definitely made it. It's doing better than the Granny Smith, which was, oddly enough, the Granny Smith was thriving in the kitchen. But now it's outside, but it's getting there. It's still thriving and it's still getting there. Let's see our little teeny weeny ones that we planted the other day. We have our chives growing in. So we got our 3 chives growing in, and we have our little basil plant. And let's see how our broccoli is doing. So we have our cabbage here and our broccoli. So everybody's doing pretty good. This area, again, as you can see, the places where there's mulch, the little grasslings didn't grow back in, and the places where there's not, it kind of grew around it. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to give these little ones a little more chance to grow bigger, and I am going to start adding in mulch. And I'm going to clear this out and add in some mulch. Again, that's something that'll definitely be on the Patreon. All those steps I'm going to be ordering the items within this week to get over here cleared up. And I might have to add some drainage because this outdoor pomegranate is definitely in this container. It seems to be getting way more water than it's needed from the rain, and we can't really stop the rain. So what I'm going to do is add some more drainage holes to the side, giving it a better opportunity for drainage. So these plants, as it's raining, they're getting water passing through, kind of like our green stalk system and our indoor hydroponic system. So when the water is passing through, also in that pot, the thing in the pot there, and our potatoes, all of those planting systems, they are in containers that drain very, very well. The cloth drains very well. The hanging plants drain very well. The mid-air and vertical gardeners drain very well. However, this one doesn't seem to be draining as well, so I'm going to place some holes in it to help it drain for all the rain that we've been getting. So we're gonna do a cleanup here live. That's another future video. I don't know, we might end up doing it this week, but I know definitely this week we're getting the the supplies to get here in order, back together, and getting the mulch to cover this whole area and clearing up this. It shouldn't take too long to clear up. But we're gonna clear up this area and then getting gravel for the other area. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna have a live in another few minutes for our indoor garden system. We're gonna be refreshing that tank, so you can click over to the next link to join me over there. I'm gonna leave it. It should be on my page in the live section. So we'll be able to show you how I refresh the tank. It has rained outside a lot, so usually I take the tank water and fertilize the plants outside. But I guess I'll still do that. Thank you very much for joining. I've been Angeline, and the team is in bed quietly sleeping, so they're relaxing on their Saturday. Thank you very much for joining. Don't forget to like, subscribe. For more information, you can join me on our webpage, AV Gardening, and as well as join a Patreon for extra support and additional videos and behind the scene and more detailed videos and more detailed lives. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye for now. All right, stay green always.